Find a comfortable seat, and if you'd like, you can put a cushion or block underneath your hips. Take a moment, wiggle around a little bit, root down. Arrive here in this space where we've carved out a few minutes for slowing down, a few moments for self, for breath, for being here. I want to focus this practice today on opening ourselves up to joy. It is Gail's birthday after all, so we probably ought to celebrate. Opening ourselves to happiness, to well-being, and positive vibes. So as you take these first few breaths on a Monday morning practice, you can close your eyes if you like and just notice if any of that is already here, or if something else is in its place. We'll start this practice with the words from the Buddha. When asked, a man said to the Buddha, "I want happiness." The Buddha said, "First remove I, that's ego. Then remove want, that's desire. See, now you are left with only happiness." No matter what we get or achieve, our happiness will be short-lived, soon to be replaced with another condition. But true happiness, happiness that never fades, is different. True happiness can never come to us at all because it is already here. If we can only learn to stop looking for it everywhere else, in the horizon, in the distance, in someone or somewhere or something else, then we can begin to feel that soft summer grass that is already growing right beneath our feet. If we can stop looking elsewhere for happiness, we realize that soft summer grass that is growing right beneath our feet. Let's be here today, planting ourselves here in this summer moment. And I'll invite you today through this practice to continue to focus on positive images, uplifting images, feelings that make you feel expanded and open. So begin by sitting as tall as you possibly can and breathing so that your body broadens. And by that I mean widens from side to side. See if you can breathe the tips of your shoulders out wider. And as you exhale, just soften back inward. Inhale, the tips of your shoulders broaden and expand outward. Exhale, hug back in. Inhale, allow the rib cage to broaden sideways. Imagine your ribs pushing out towards your arms. And on the exhale, hug back in. So doing this sideways breathing allows us to open more laterally to our sides, expanding the outside edges of the lungs. Continue that sideways breath, but begin to float your arms out to your sides just a little bit and then back in on your exhale. You might feel like soft wings just floating on the breeze. And let there be less rigidity and a little more softness with this movement. You might imagine that you're underwater and you just don't want to disturb the water, and so you're just moving softly and slowly. Good. And with that same idea, start to reach your arms higher. You can turn your palms up. You can lift your chin, reach high, and then palms down. Press the air down to your side. And start to find this large range of motion through your shoulders. You might even be reaching your arms back just a little bit to feel a stretch and opening across your chest and shoulders. Let's come up one more time and interlace the fingers. You can bend your elbows and then just press your palms up toward the ceiling and hold that tall, extended posture for a couple of breaths. Let's begin to move from side to side now. Opening up into the rib cage, the waist. Breath deepening and maybe slowing down a bit. And if it feels okay to you, hold on one side for an extra long breath. Switch if you haven't already, back and forth just to the other side, finding that long breath. Come back to center. Inhale, palms high. And then turn your palms in again. Just let your wingspan slowly lower out to your sides. Gorgeous. One hand on the floor, opposite arm comes up, and just let that hand have a little bit of movement, maybe opening and closing the fingers, rolling around through the wrist. A bend and a straighten in the elbow. And come up and switch. Side body. Fingers loose. Wrist mobile, elbow soft. Let's take this one across the center, sweep around you and open up to the opposite side. And we'll do that a few times. Just sweep forward and roll open. Experience what that feels like as you start to pull the arm up, this opening, this expansion. Noticing where there's some kind of restriction or tightness that makes that hard to do. I'm not really trying to fix or change that, but just notice where those places are, those edges that give you a little more restriction. We'll do one more time on each side, rolling, opening, expanding. And as we come back to center, again, one more time, just wingspan floats down. I'd like you to pause right here with hands touching the earth and eyes closed. In this moment, just bring to mind one thing that you're grateful for, just one image. And notice the way gratitude feels in your body. Bring your hands to your knees. Draw your knees close together. We're going to sweep them around and find our way around to a tabletop position. In this tabletop position, continuing to pay attention to the side, we're going to do a side bending cat-cow. Just moving our attention into the outer edges of our waist, our hips, and our shoulders. This can be as slow or fast as you like. Returning to the center, press your hips back into child's pose and moving here side to side. Hips rolling over the heels. Deep breath moving into your back, your belly, and your waist. Bring yourself back up to tabletop. Let's step our, everybody step your right foot forward. Come into this kneeling lunge for just a moment. And then release that back, child's pose. Come forward, bringing your left foot forward. Kneeling lunge. Good. And then back, child's pose. Tucking our toes here in downward facing dog. Let's start to pedal the heels left and right. Good. Take your feet wide here just for a moment. Maybe the width of your mat where you're feeling your pinky toes touching those outside edges. A big bend in one knee that helps you kind of swivel and switch. Outer edges. Think expanding. Opening into spaces that aren't always available. And as our feet come back together, let's shift forward into a kneeling plank. We're going to drop our knees to the earth and we're going to begin our birthday party celebration for Gail. Gail told us she just signed up for Medicare, one of those. And that means she's 65, so we get to do some push-ups today. We're going to start with a set of 10. So spin your elbows forward, lower halfway down, and press up. We'll just do 10 at a time. Your triceps will thank Gail tomorrow. So make sure to really press your hands down into the earth. Have your hands be strong to take weight out of your wrists. When you have done 10, you're just going to come back to child's pose and pause. Breathe deeply. Bring to mind one thing, one image, something you feel gratitude for. Coming back to all fours. Tucking the toes, plank pose. We're just going to drop the right knee to the earth and we'll kick that foot off the mat so that we can open now into this kneeling side plank. Good. So the left leg is extended, the left arm to the sky. Come way up onto your fingertips and then use your core muscles to help you open up into a T shape. One knee bent, one leg straight. There you go. And then come all the way over into gate pose. So the fingertips toward that extended leg. Awesome. You guys reach long, open up. And let's start to move with our breath. Exhale over, fingertips to the floor, arm reaches over the ear. Inhale, up to gate pose. Beautiful. If that knee that's on the floor feels irritated, just put something under it. Grab a shirt, grab a towel, a pillow. Pad up under your knees. Let's come back down to the ground, fingertips on the ground, opposite arm toward the sky. We're going to let the leg lift up now. So now your body really is in this T shape. Bend that knee and the fingers reach toward the ankle. So you're kind of in a a dancer's pose here on your knee. Let your foot kick into your hand, open your chest, breathe deeply. Even lift your chin, find some space there in the front of your neck. Good. As we release, that arm circles around. Come back to the knees and we'll do 10 more yogi push-ups. In the words of Baron Baptiste, a little burning in the muscles never killed anyone. The worst that can happen is you end up with more strong muscles, toned body, a sense of accomplishment. When you get to 10, settle back, child's pose. Who or what are you grateful for in this moment? Gratitude. Let's shift forward again, plank pose, and we'll just do the opposite side of that last sequence. So drop your left knee down, and then just pivot your left foot off the side of your mat. The right leg extends, and the right arm lifts up. Flip around here. So then come up so that your leg is extended and your arms are out in a T. And open up into gate. I'm looking at the screen, it looks like this is a little confusing. So one knee is bent, one leg is straight. Let's move with breath. Tick-tock over, side body doing the work. Arms reaching. And see if you can match movement with breath here. One side is a big inhale. And one side is a big exhale. You might even make your breath louder. Let's windmill the hands over, find the knees underneath you. Yogi push-ups, a set of 10. Elbows in close to the body. Try to stop when you're halfway down. About a 90-degree bend in your elbows. And we're almost halfway there. Find your child's pose. Deep breath in. Can you think of one body part that you're very grateful for right now? What part of you do you feel gratitude for? Let's bring our hands back by our knees, tucking our toes under. We're going to lift up here into a forward fold. So just slowly expanding the back of the body, lengthening the back of the legs. The knees can stay as bent as you like. Fingertips can be touching elbows or just dangling down to the floor. Forward fold. Hear yourself exhale, long and loud. You might rock forward and back in your feet. Just feel the difference when the weight is in your heels and the weight is in your toes. And then pressing into those footprints, put a bend in your knees. Inhale, arms sweep high into extended mountain. And then just slowly lower those arms down to your side. Interlace fingers behind you. Open up through the chest. Exhale, forward fold. And then with a bend in the knees, we'll release the hands, sweep up again. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, arms lower down to the sides. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, open up, expand through the chest. Exhale, fold, knuckles to the sky. Bend your knees, sweep up. Inhale, open. Hands come behind. Inhale into the front of your body and exhale, fold. Do a few more of those. Bent knee, sweep up high, open. Interlace and expand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop up, open. Interlace behind. What are you finding here to be grateful for? Open. Dive down. One more time, reach and open, back and down. Pause this time with bent knees, with knuckles reaching up, head bobbling down, and just exhale long. Create a very subtle shift from your right foot to your left foot. Notice that. Notice the shifting muscles to support you as you move from side to side. Allow your hands to come down, release fingertips to the earth. Exhale here. Step your way back into downward facing dog. Shifting forward, plank pose, knees or toes. Let's do 10 yogi push-ups. Core stays strong. Little burning of the muscles. Never killed anyone. It's just hard. After 10, folks, this time come down to your belly and lift up into cobra. You're welcome to lift higher if you like, to upward facing dog. Breathe into the strength in the back of your body. And release the chin. Exhale back, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Stepping the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Tuck your toes. Come down to a low lunge. Start to explore those hip flexors. You can use your front knee to help you come upright. Good. Arms reach high. Circle the arms around so you make this great big space around you, and as they come down, hinge over that front leg and scoop again. Make a huge circle with your arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. Just a flow with breath. One more time. As we come forward, let's place our left hand on the ground or a block. Scoop the right arm up into a twist. And breathe into what you feel here in your body. Fill with breath. Empty the breath. Side bodies long. Try that sideways breath again, opening out into your rib cage with breath. And then release this hand to the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels a bit. Shifting forward into plank pose. Drop your knees. We're getting closer. Don't worry. Spin the elbows, 10 yogi push-ups. Elbows come in tight, chest reaches forward. Every single one of these. We have gratitude for Gail for helping us be stronger. When you get to 10, lower your belly to the mat, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Allow yourself to come back to breath. Gratitude here. Happiness now. Lower the chin, press back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal it out. And when you're ready, the left foot steps forward, tucking the back toes, low lunge. Cozy down into that hip. Find your foundation, and we'll use this front knee to help us stand. Find your balance and reach. Everybody join me. Take a deep breath in. And then, as the arms start to circle. Scoop forward. Deep breath in. Audible exhales. One more time around. And down, right hand to the earth. Left arm scoops up into your twist. Finding that side body breath. Expand the sides of your lungs. If it doesn't feel good to your shoulder, wrap your arm behind your back and just lift your shoulder. Yeah. Good. I can see your deep breathing on the screen. I can see your ribs expanding, everybody. Beautiful breath. Let's release that hand. Stepping back again, downward facing dog. Coming forward onto our knees. 10 push-ups. Woo, this puts us at 60. Yay. Strong core. A little bit of determination. Yes, I can. And when you've reached 10, lower to your belly. Come on up. Cobra or upward facing dog. Deep breath here. Big exhale. Lower your chin, push your hips back, child's pose. And with toes tucked, downward facing dog. Come way up on your tippy toes, stretch the bottoms of your feet. Put a deep bend in your knees, almost like you're gonna touch your knees to the earth. Pull your hips back away from your hands. And now straighten your legs and drop your heels. You do that 3 more times. Toes, deep bend, hips press back, drop your heels, look underneath your toes, lift your toes. And then lift your heels, bend your knees, hips back, heels down. One more time, lift, bend, reach, and lower. Shifting forward into plank pose, drop your knees. This will be our last 5. And when you get to number 5, you have to say out loud, happy birthday, Gail. Happy birthday, Gail. I love you. Cobra pose or up dog. Release coming back, down dog. Let's raise the right leg high and step through, dropping our back heel. We'll come up to warrior one. That was a really fun birthday celebration. Thank you. In warrior one, open your arms out wide, palms up, thumbs reach back. Feel some space, some expansion through the front of your body. Breathing here. Good. And then let the hands just come into heart center. Keep the arms close to the body for a moment. We're going to turn toward the wide edge of our mat and come out into a warrior two stance. So take a moment to just kind of bounce in and out of your warrior two. The back ankle pressing outward and the front knee bending. Open your arms out into warrior two arms. Good. Side body movement here. You all know this one. The right palm lifts. Inhale, reverse. Come back as far as you can. Open your side. And on the exhale, exaggerate the opposite direction. Elbow to knee, arm overhead. Let's move with breath. I'm hoping your sides are a little bit sore tomorrow. Muscle awareness. Let's come back one more time. Reverse warrior, hold and breathe. And find your warrior two. Straightening the right leg. We're moving into Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you have a block, you could bring your block to the inside of your foot or a chair. Start by moving from the hip. Spine stays long, fingers reach, and then just tilt your arms into the pose. If you'd like to place your right hand on something, you can. You can use your shin or your ankle. Open here and breathe deeper. If your hand is close to your right lower leg, press on the inside of that ankle and allow that to help you twist open just a bit. Like your chest rolls upward. Breathe. Breathe. Let's put that bend back in the knee. Come back to warrior two. Hands lower to the hips. And then turn all 10 toes to the side of your mat. Float your arms high. And on the exhale, release your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers or just reach arms toward one another. Let's hinge from the hips and fold. Exhale fully. And bend and straighten your knees. Shift your weight from side to side. Notice what's happening in your muscles. As we release the fingers to the floor, tiptoe the fingers out a bit so that the back is flat. Come into this nice long spine. And we'll move into a twist. So the left hand is in the middle, the right arm opens. Feel expansion here. In this moment, where and how are you experiencing happiness? What happiness is here right now? No need to look further than this. Switch sides. breathe in. Breathe out. Release that hand down. Warrior series to the left. So you can just walk your hands around toward the left leg. Dropping your back heel, rise up, warrior one. Make an extra effort to roll out into the back heel, the back ankle, outer ankle. With your chest lifted, open your arms out into a T. Warrior one, thumbs reaching back. Expand sideways with your breath. And then bring your hands into your heart, this gesture again of gratitude. Open out, warrior two stance. A little wider feet, bounce in and out a few times to feel that foundation, that stability. And then open your arms, warrior two. Beautiful. Take that deep stance. Inhale, reverse warrior all the way back, and then exhale, side angle, moving with your breath. Let this be a dance, a meditation, a moving meditation. Joy of moving and being in your body today, just like this. No need to look further. It's right here. Let's go back to reverse warrior one more time. Reach, take a deep breath in. And as we settle into warrior two, straightening our left leg, you can decide if you want to place your left hand on a chair or a block. Shift your hips forward or shift your hips back. Reach your left hand forward, forward, and then tilt down. Triangle. This pose is about the angles and kind of creates sharp angles in the body. A triangle of the legs and the floor, a triangle of the leg and the arm, long spine. And if we drew a line from this top hand to our hip, there'd be another triangle. You can press on the inside of that leg open. Breathe. A powerful posture with many benefits. As we lower the hand to the earth, let's pivot into lunge and downward facing dog. We'll shake out the left leg. Just lift it up high and move through the leg. Coming into downward facing dog, your choice. Stay here or take a vinyasa. We've done plenty of push-ups today, but you can take another one if you like. Take a few, Bill. When you feel ready, drop your knees to the mat. Settle again into child's pose. Take the knees a little wider this time so that your head can rest on the earth. Allow a long exhale. True happiness can never come to us at all because it is already right here. If only we can learn to stop looking everywhere else, we can begin to feel that soft summer grass that is already growing right beneath our feet. Bring yourself around to a seat. And allow one of your legs to extend and the other leg to bend, clearing the flesh here underneath you. We're going to turn ourselves toward the bent knee. Since I didn't tell you right, left, I'm just going to say that. We're going to turn our torso toward the bent knee and open that straight leg a bit so that we can move sideways over the straight leg. So we're gliding our fingers toward the foot of the straight leg. The opposite hand can rest on your back, touch your shoulder, or lift up. If you'd like, you can reach over, but just be really careful. This creates a pretty excessive stretch on the stabilizing muscles of the back. So go with caution if you're choosing to reach overhead. I kind of like the way it feels to just massage my back in this one, just fingers on my low back for a little dig-in massage. Chest rolls open again. And let's return to center. Extend the opposite leg and bend. Roll your torso toward the bent knee so that you can glide yourself sideways along the straight leg. Side body again. This is a great pose to play the edge and just really start to find the very first edge of sensation, the place where it's just starting to get interesting. Continue to roll your chest toward your bent knee. And breathe. Find where the best place is for that hand. Use your breath. This you're massaging yourself. That feels really good to just dig your fingers in. You might be here for a while. Come back to center. Extend both legs out in front of you and give them a little shake. I'm going to do one more expansive flow here before we lower to our backs. So let the arms float up slowly the way we did earlier. And on the exhale, the hands come toward the toes, and we're just here long enough to empty one full breath. And we'll rise back up, and we'll plant the hands behind us, slow. On the inhale, the choice is to either just expand through the chest, or you could lift your hips. And then on the exhale, we'll lower down. So let's flow like that 2 more times. Reach high, bow over your legs, empty that whole breath. And reach high and place your hands behind your hips. Inhale to either just lift your chest or lift your hips. And one more time. On your own with your breath. Expansive, open, joyful breath. As we come back to center, grab the back of your knees, draw your heels in, and lean back a little bit for boat pose. And if you feel like you've had a lot of work today and you kind of want some rest, just stay right here. Chest lifted, back lifted. If you'd like a little more core work, float your feet, release the arms. And if you'd like a little more challenge today, just open up your sails, bring your arms out wide to your sides. Navigate the water here, lift your chest, lift your chin, breathe. Nice, and as your hands come to your knees, rest your feet, roll all the way down onto your back. We'll move through flowing bridge a few times before we hold bridge. So moving with breath as you lift your hips, coming up onto your shoulders, and breathing out as you lower down one vertebra at a time. Do that a couple more times. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, lower down. One more time. Breathe in, lift up. When you feel ready, come up into bridge pose in the way that you like to be in bridge pose. So you could just rest here. You could interlace your hands, hug your shoulders underneath you. Wheel pose, hands on the floor, pressing up is fine. Maybe a block under your hips. We're here for 5 slow, full breaths. Jaw starts to relax. Breath is full but slow. And when you are ready, release your hands, lower your hips to the earth. Arms come out a little wider than your body. Let your toes feel the outer edges of your mat and windshield wiper your knees. Drop the left one all the way open and the right follows, and then switch. Allow there to be soft but full movement here as the knees move from side to side. Feel your face relaxing even more. As you come back to center, draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Feel muscles massaging on the earth. And then just take your time finding Shavasana. Take your time finding a resting place. And we've done plenty of work today, so see if your body appreciates some time to rest. If there's any kind of support your body would like or covering, you could take a moment to grab that now. In these first few moments of rest, I invite you to just take a breath in, and with it an image of someone or something that just brings you the feeling of gratitude. And as you exhale, let that stay with you. As you are resting in Shavasana, I'd like to share with you some words by Deepak Chopra. This is titled, "Gratitude is My Prayer." When we can put the stories of our lives on pause for just a moment and marvel in the miracle of this life we are living, we begin to change our entire experience. Gratitude is the doorway to abundance. As we invite this energy into our daily lives, we become alchemists, turning darkness into light, scarcity into abundance, and fear into love. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, we are open and accepting of life as it is, perfectly imperfect. Therefore, in gratitude, our ego steps out of the way, allowing us to connect more deeply with spirit, true self, and the source of all things. The highest level of gratitude is an appreciation of existence itself. We are each blessed with the experience, life. We feel, we interpret, we ride the waves, we create, we love, we live. What are you grateful for? Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to move your body in a way that feels rejuvenating, awakening. When you're ready, come back to a seat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Deep breath in, long sigh out. And may we travel through this day with gratitude as our guiding light. And when we run across things that create emotions that are undesirable, places we don't want to stay, maybe we can use gratitude to pull us back up above the line and into the light. I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you so much for taking time for yoga, and happy birthday, Gail. Namaste.